Welcome to Entrepreneurship at Rowan, an official production of the award-winning Rowan Center for Innovation and Entrepreneurship. We cover the entrepreneurial pulse of Rowan students, faculty, and alumni. Prepare to be Rowan proud.
Hello, Rowan University. My name is Madison Miller, and I am your host for Season 5 of the Entrepreneurship at Rowan podcast, where we are focusing on creative entrepreneurship. Today, I'm here with Erin Constantine, otherwise known as DJ Const. Erin, I'm so excited to chat with you about your career. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me. Excited to be here.
Awesome. So to start off, I'm so curious as to how you got into DJing. Were you always passionate about music? Where did your journey kind of start?
I'd probably say in high school, I really started to focus because I was in all the band classes you could possibly be in. I was a trumpet player. I did marching band. I did jazz band. I did concert band. I was in drumline one year. Like once you're in one thing in the concert band world, you're like in everything because like those are where all your friends are and whatever. But I never saw myself as somebody that was like the best. There was definitely people that were incredible at their instruments. I was always just kind of there for the fun, and I loved the music as well. When it came to DJing, it kind of all like happened at the same time. I think I was trying to figure out like what I wanted to do after high school. I wanted to figure out like what I wanted to do after I graduated, and I was really like stuck in this rut of like, I don't know what I wanted to do. I remember I was even thinking about doing musical education, like being a band teacher. I don't know why I thought that, but because once I learned the type of classes you had to take to be in music education, I was like, that sounds so stressful, and I give anybody props for even attempting that. And I don't know, I think I remember sitting in my music theory class in high school, and my friend was like, yeah, I'm going into audio engineering. And I was like, whoa. I was like, what is that? And they were like, yeah, it's just basically like the tech side of music. Either you work like in a studio, you could work with live sound. And I like stopped in there. I was like, no, that's exactly what I wanted to do. And then following that, I started making like mashups of one of my favorite artists, Ariana Grande, because I wanted to get her attention on Twitter. And once I did one of them, I was like, wait, this is so much fun. I mean, I listen back now, it sounds horrible, but I was like, this is cool. I like doing this. And it kind of like led into me finding out about Virtual DJ, which is like a free DJ software. And I was like, I could just have this on my laptop. I don't need like any crazy equipment. And that really just spiraled into learning how to DJ. And here we are. Yeah.
That is so cool.
Yeah.
I love that. I love Ariana Grande. So I love that that's like a part of the journey.
The lore.
Yes, I love it.
Yeah.
So when you were here at Rowan, you were a music industry major? Right?
Correct, yes.
Okay.
Yeah. I started in, I think it was 2018. It was the fall semester of 2018. And yeah, I found out about Rowan's program just like through word of mouth and like looking online. When I first did the college route, I did community college, and that I graduated 2014. So I started that, fall semester and, got all my classes out of the way that needed to get out of the way. And then I did the Disney College program for one semester to get away for a little bit because I'd never been like away from home. I did live with my grandma though. Shout out to grandma. It was awesome. And when I was there, I was like, I got to figure my stuff out when I get back. I want to finish OCC, and then I had like in my head, I'm going to Rowan University. And that literally, I get back, I enroll in Rowan, I get in, and I was like, oh my God. And I got into the program, and I was like, this is really cool. So seeing where that took me. And it was so great. I loved my time here at Rowan. It was amazing. I loved the entrepreneurship class that I took, and I loved my teacher. She was awesome. She was like, you have your own DJ company? That's so cool.
I love that you have like your own DJ brand. I just feel like it's such a fun like business to run.
Yeah.
That sort of leads into my next question. What does like a typical day in your life look like? On a day when maybe you're doing some stuff for Sirius XM, some gigs, like stuff like that.
Yeah, so typically during the week, I'm a radio host for the channel BPM on Sirius XM, which again, getting that was absolutely incredible. Didn't expect to be on the radio, but I originally was on TikTok radio as their resident DJ, which big shout out to Marie for getting me that job on Sirius XM. And then that kind of fell through because they were like, okay, we're no longer going to have like resident DJs, but we absolutely love you. And like, there was this weird like thing in the air of like, this isn't my last time here at Sirius XM. And then I come to find out Marie recommended me to my girl Rita at BPM, and they were like, yeah, we'd love to have you as a radio host. And I was like, okay, I've never done that before, but okay, this is gonna be cool. And I've been doing that now for like 2 years. So what I do is my show is from 12 to 5 p.m. Every Monday through Friday. So normally I could either record it the night before, or I can do it like literally up until 12 p.m. I can like record my hours for the day, which is basically like you record like little snippets, 30-second snippets. I do like 4 of them an hour, and it literally takes me like an hour of my day to do the whole 5 hours, which if that makes any sense, I don't know if I explained that correctly. So there's that. I'll do that. Usually I like to like just like wake up early and do it because it like starts my day. And then, and then a lot of the times it's a lot of downtime because, you know, a lot of stuff is not happening during the week. So like, right now I've been working on like music a lot. I've just been like on my laptop trying to make my own music. And then when it comes to the weekends, it depends on if I'm booked or not. And right now I have this great little gig in Atlantic City at this gay bar called The Birdcage. They're like a brand new bar, but it's just been like fun to play, especially in that audience, because like I am part of the LGBTQT plus community, and playing to that audience is just so fun, because that's when I first started DJing. I always joked like, I'm playing to the girls and gays. That's who I play for. Like that's who I automatically play for anytime, no matter where I am. So to actually play to that audience has been fun. And then working on going back on tour again with Party 101 with Matt Bennett from Victorious. So that was, which I've been doing like the past like 2 years. Yeah, so that's my day as a DJ, I guess.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love Victorious. I didn't even know that he had like his own thing.
Yeah. He started doing these a couple years ago. It was first iParty and then switched to Party 101, which is basically, it's just like a night of, you'll get a lot of music from Nickelodeon, Disney, but also just like 2010 pop music like throughout the night, and I'm one of the opening acts, and Matt's great, love working with him. He's just like the nicest guy, and like I remember getting booked for that was so funny, which I always tell people, shoot your shot, because on Instagram he was like posting about the show, and I was like, ha, wouldn't it be funny if I was like your opener? And he like saw my Instagram, saw my stuff, and he was like, no, you'd actually be perfect for this opening slot. And they had me for 3 shows like to test me out. And then after the first show in Anaheim, the tour manager, big shout out to Richie, was like, we need her for the rest of the time. And yeah, I've been a decent amount of shows. Last summer we went to the UK, which was insane. I could not believe the amount of people he brought out in the UK. And then in October we did Mexico City, which was 6,000 people came out to this show, and it was incredible. It was one of the biggest shows I've ever played too, so it was great. Yeah, it's a fun tour. It's a very fun show.
I love like a good throwback too, so that's like a fun party.
Yeah, and it's just like, it's literally bangers the whole night, like, because I only have like, it'll either be like a 45 or like a 1 hour set, so I could really just like throw down like as many like bangers in like that time frame, and it's just so much fun.
Because you're DJ, you're working a lot of like late nights and like these big parties, so how do you find balance between, you know, finding energy to be up late and also getting like daytime tasks done to like emails or bookings and stuff like that? So how do you sort of balance the two? It
could be tough. At this moment, I have people that help me with that, especially like when it comes to like booking and stuff, which makes it easier on my part. Originally it wasn't like that. Of course, you have to like obviously build up a following to have people reach out to you to be able to do that. The late night stuff was never hard for me because I was a night owl to begin with, so like that was never hard to me. I also am a big fan of Red Bull, which is probably not good, but that always helps, and caffeine in general, which is probably not a healthy option. But yeah, I also try not to like drink during when I'm performing, like maybe after I'll have a drink, but I try not to drink alcohol while I'm working, because again, like I am working, like I don't want to be like this messy DJ up there just throwing down drunk. So I try to, like, when it comes to me DJing, like either I'll have like a drink or not at all, just to not be like hammered behind the decks. But it's always, I think it's just like, because I love it so much, it just keeps me awake. Like I just love doing it, and I love audience's reaction. Like that is very like much a energizing thing to me. So like if I have people dancing, like I could do it for like hours.
Do you ever get like stage fright when you're in front of those big crowds? Like do you feel like I know you're talking about it energizing you. Do you feel like it's more of like a energizing thing, or do you ever get nervous, performing for so many people?
If I ever get nervous, it will be like 5 minutes before I go on. But it's this weird sensation, because I think it, like, DJing in a weird way has come so naturally to me. The second I get behind the decks, I'm like, I get like this like breath of like, okay, you know what you're doing, like just go. The only time I think I ever get actually like, I wouldn't say stage fright, more of like I'm uncomfortable, is to small crowds, because it's so intimate. When it's big crowds, I like, whoever's in the front row, I could see who's jamming out, or like if you could just hear the amount of people singing. So it's like, it's just a lot of people, and I have a lot of people to impress. So it's like, I know I'm not gonna please everyone, but when it comes to like intimate and you could see people's reactions, like that's when it's like, I'm uncomfortable. And I've been in moments where people don't dance at all, and like that hurts me a little bit, but sometimes you got to accept, like, you're just like the Spotify playlist of the night. Like you're just like here to just create the vibes. People might be sitting, but I've had times where no one dances, but people still come up to me and go, you killed it. Like, we enjoyed everything that you played. Like they were just sitting at the bar the whole night, and they were just like, we enjoyed every song that, you played during the night, and I'll take it, So yeah, I think it's more when it's like an intimate crowd, for sure.
How do you, I guess, adjust like your sets to different crowds? So if you're playing for, a big party, like the
Party 101. Yeah, you're good. It's good.
So if you're playing to like a big crowd like that, or if you're playing to a smaller, intimate crowd, how do you sort of adjust your sets, or do they hire you because of like the type of music you're playing, or do you sort of change that?
Yeah, I think you have to do some research on what you're playing for. So when it comes to like Party 101, I basically have a set that I play at pretty much every same show, because again, you're changing venues and you're in different parts of the country. So it's like you could play the same set and people like wouldn't notice. I mean, that's the best part about being a DJ too, is I can add in music, take out music, I can see what works, and then if that doesn't work, okay, let's take out that song, we'll put in this song. So I'll have like a designated set made for those shows. Doesn't mean I could also like during the set be like, I don't want to throw on this song like during it, and like completely go off the playlist that I have. But other times, like at this Birdcage gig, I play like 5 hours. So I'm just like, whatever's in my library, I'm like, and I know people like to hear, like, that's what I'm just going off of. I'm going off of just like my music library, which is like over 5,000 songs. And like, once you've been doing it a long time, especially the club and bar scene, you know what people want to hear in the club and bar scene. And like, it's just like, okay, I know what to play. And like, it being more like gay friendly, like I could play some like musical stuff, and like people will be like, yeah. I also just like playing songs that like people don't expect to like they haven't heard in a long time, or they're like, oh my god, no one plays this like in the club anymore, like this is so cool. Like that I love when you find like a song and they're like, yes, I've always wanted to hear this in a club and no one's ever played it. I'm so glad you played it. Like the other day it's been a while since this song came out, but like 2 On by Tanashi. Like I haven't heard anybody, and I was like, I'm going to play it. And I played it last weekend in the gay bar, and a girl came up to she's like, I haven't heard this song in forever, and the fact that you played this song, I love you for it. So like when I get that kind of reaction, that's the best reaction. So yeah, I think a lot of the times it's on a whim, but other times I just have pre-made sets. Not that I'm not mixing live, but it's just like these are the songs that I'm going to play for the night.
Between SiriusXM and your DJ gigs, is there one that you say you would like, I guess, what do you enjoy doing more? So do you enjoy, the interviewing or DJing, or has they both kind of been interchangeable with each other and sort of enhance both of them?
Yeah, I mean, I'd probably definitely say that they've enhanced each other. Like, it's definitely put me on a map that I never thought I'd be on, especially when it comes to the interviews and interviewing. I'm on a specific channel. It's like the dance music channel. So for what I want to do future wise, I want to start putting out my own music, and that's the kind of music I want to. So like, to meet these artists that are already doing it and are already successful in it, it's very cool to like talk to them about it. Even sometimes I like to always ask, like, what advice do you have for people just starting out? That's like one of my favorite questions to ask. And they'll just, spew, and I'm like taking it in as like I'm interviewing them. So that's very cool. But yeah, I think if favorited would be DJing, because like that's just like, it's my favorite thing. It comes natural to me, and I just love performing. When it comes to like the radio, I am performing still, but again, like I don't see immediate reaction until like someone like hits me up on Twitter and they're like, I heard what you said, blah 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 blah, and I love it. But yeah, so I'd probably have to say DJing, but I've just been doing that for the longest time.
So as like an entrepreneur, how have you been using social media like Twitter or TikTok or Instagram to sort of enhance your brand and market yourself, I guess?
Yeah, I think ever since the beginning, like when I first started DJing, I had this inkling that social media was going to be a big part of it. Like, I was in the era when I first started, it was in 2014. So I was in the era of like Vine was out. Twitter was still pretty good. It's not what it is today. And yeah, it was like Vine, Twitter, Instagram was like on its true come up. And I remember being like, yeah, I need to like utilize these social medias. I was also a big fan of YouTube still today. So I tried posting on YouTube, but I did every social media platform possible. And then one day my coworker, I used to work in a restaurant, and my coworker was like, hey, I don't know if you like want to jump on this app. It's called Musical.ly. And I like looked at her and I was like, the one for kids? Like, I was like 21 at the time. She's like, yeah, like, I don't know, it might be good for like your DJ brand to like really branch out to that audience. And I was like, I don't know, like I'm very old. Like, I don't know if I should be on Musical.ly. And she's like, no, I think it'd be good. So like, big shout out to Sarah, because that completely changed my life. Once I got on there, I started to do like the typical Musical.ly stuff, but then I was like, let me put some DJ videos, and those that were actually getting like likes. And I was like, I've never gotten that many likes without working for it. Like, it just like happened and then was starting to get followers. It was very odd. Like, and then like my first maybe month of being on Musical.ly, I had like 10,000 followers, which is like the most I ever in like a fast pace gotten on like an app. And then it transitioned into TikTok, which completely changed everything. So I've been on that app ever since it started. And, I started to grow with the app at the same time. Like, I remember coming here, I came to Rowan in 2018, and I was living in the apartments over here. The townhouses? The townhouses, yeah. And my roommate, I was like filming, I think I was filming a TikTok, and my roommate was like, well, what are you doing? And I was like, well, I have this like following on this app. You might not know it. And she's like, what app is it? I was like, TikTok. She's like, how many followers do you have? I feel like I was like 300,000. And she was like, oh. And she's like, okay. And then like went to go look. And then that same year was like the year TikTok truly like blew up, like was like right after that, like 2019. I know everyone says 2020, but 2019 was like the first year people that I knew were like, oh yeah, I'm on the app. Like, I watch TikTok. And then I started to grow a little bit that way. I got up to like, by the end of like, right before the pandemic, like February, I remember I was at a weird spot, because like I had like a decent amount of followers. I had like 700,000 followers, but I wasn't getting what I wanted, which again, like, should not have the mindset like that. But I was like, I know I'm good enough and I have these followings, but I'm not getting like hired and blah, blah, blah. I was like so frustrated. And then the pandemic hits and I'm like, oh my God. And the only mindset I had, which was so funny, was now every DJ in the world is on the same playing field as me. Even the biggest DJ in the world cannot get booked right now because we're all in a pandemic. like no DJ can work. And so I was like, okay, that like put my mind at ease. And I took like a month off. And then around the time of my birthday, which was in April, I was like, I want to start live streaming again. I also had to do my project to graduate Rowan. So I was like, maybe I'll make this like one of my capstone projects was like live streaming. So I started doing that and started building like a following from live streaming. And by like the next year, I was having like thousands of people in the stream, on top of like being the most financially stable I've ever been, because I couldn't spend money. And then I was also just making money through live streaming, and then got the offer for Sirius XM. So it was like this crazy like ride. And now I'm kind of like, I'm at like this like plateau with TikTok. Like I'm forever grateful for it. Personally, I think it's a little bit oversaturated right now. So like, it's not the same as it used to be for me, which is like fine. Like I got to ride the wave that I got to ride. I got up to 1 million followers, which is really, really cool. Nice. Yeah. And like, that's all I could ask for. Hopefully, fingers crossed, in the future, I could get another blow up moment. Like it's been definitely like a roller coaster of a ride with social media, but it has been huge for my brand. I wouldn't have gotten Party 101. I wouldn't have gotten Sirius XM. Not saying wouldn't have, but most likely. And I wouldn't have, I don't know, a lot of the stuff that I've gotten gig wise wouldn't have happened without my social media platform. And I think a lot of DJs caught on to that as well. When it comes to just branding, like you need to have a social media, unfortunately, you need to have a social media presence when it comes to wanting to break into this industry. Yeah.
If like, what advice would you give to like a creative entrepreneur who wants to sort of use these things, but doesn't really know where to start, or maybe they feel like they're not great with, video and stuff like that?
Yeah.
Where do you recommend they would start, I guess?
I mean, I guess I would give advice. I don't know. I think it would just be like, post anywhere, post everywhere, post on every social media platform. You never know which one's going to take off. It could be Instagram, it could be TikTok, it could be Twitter or X, whatever it's called. Like just post everywhere. It could be YouTube. Like you could become like a YouTube DJ. Like I've seen a lot of people get successful off of that too. Posting like how to mix and whatever. Find your niche and really build off of that. There was like one TikTok DJ Mandy, who got famous because she would make horrible mixes, but was actually like a good DJ, but would like post horrible mixes, and like people would be like, this is so funny, because they knew it was like that she was faking it, I guess, like to like get views, but it was like funny. And now she's like touring because of the the blow up that she had. It's like you never know what people are going to like link onto, attach to. Another artist that's kind of like that, Ian Asher, who I've not interviewed, but we have on our station a lot. Like we play his music. Again, made a lot of mixing videos on TikTok, beautifully made mixing videos, and blew up because of that. And now he makes his own music and tours around the country as his own artist. Like you never know. You never know. And a lot of them have come through my channel, Sirius XM. Like I've seen a lot of people blow up on the internet, and then they come through because you built that following. Like that's what build your following, no matter which way you can make it happen. If it's live streaming, if it's just posting, just do it. Just do it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. You never know what can happen.
And I guess, if you're afraid to be on camera, put a mask on. There's some people that like they put like something on their face. So, you don't, or don't even show your face. Like just show what you're doing. Like I've seen, I don't know what their name is on TikTok, but they literally just show, they're like holding their phone recording, but also mixing at the same time, and like doing these insane mixes, and like they just blow up. Like, and I don't even know what he looks like. So it's just like, find whatever you can do and just post.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So that sort of leads into my next question.
Okay.
And it's, if you could talk to yourself back at Rowan, when you were in college, what is one piece of advice that you would give yourself as an entrepreneur and as a creative person? I
would say enjoy every opportunity that you've gotten. I wish I really focused in on more creating my own music. I'm like first starting out, like really like learning how to use my DAW and like learning how to actually make music, because I think I would be at a different point with performing if I had more music out. So if you're looking to become really far in this DJ world, like perform at festivals, perform your own tour, start making your own stuff as early as possible, because that's going to be like a major key into performing like that. And that's what I would tell myself. I'd be like, it's hard, but do it. Like, you'll learn eventually. It took me like a year to like understand my DAW, and then now I can actually like put stuff out. So if I had learned that like back when I was first at Rowan, that'd be great. I mean, I did learn a decent amount too about like producing from the classes here, because they had like you could learn Logic, you could learn Pro Tools. It didn't fully connect with me until I changed I use FL Studio, but like the basics and the basis were there from Rowan, so I have to say thank you to them for that. And yeah, big shout out to the professors that taught me some of those little techniques, because I would have to learn that all on my own. So yeah.
Absolutely. Would you say, like, how would you say making your own music has been sort of a new, sorry, I like don't even know what I was trying to ask, but
It's all good.
Like, what would you say is like the biggest difference between making your own music versus mixing other people's?
I guess it would be like, there's a satisfaction, I think, because it's like, I have a few songs out. The first 4 are, funny enough, were my capstone project for Rowan. So like I had no idea like what I was doing, and a lot of them were collaborations where like people knew what they were doing. So like I was just like kind of like, okay, I'm gonna put like a little bit into this, but I didn't put like my whole heart and soul into it. I just kind of wanted to graduate. But I don't know if that's outing myself, but and then the one that I released last April, it's called Rhythm Nation. It's like a house track, which is kind of a sound that I want to go down. Like that's the kind of vibe I want to go. I want to make house music. I want to make stuff that you can bang in the club. So like getting to play that in like my local bar that I would play in during the summer, and people were like dancing to it. Like that's what I would say. I think it's more of like a satisfaction thing. When mixing, also a satisfaction thing, but it's not mine. Like it's like I know if I play Shots by LMFAO in the club, people are gonna go crazy. Like that's a satisfaction, but again, it's not mine. When it's mine and then people vibe with it, it's just like a totally different satisfaction, which I strive for. I hope to make something so cool that everybody knows. Like, goal is to make like a song like Clarity, like Zed, that everybody knows and like is gonna last for 10 years. I just recently had Hayla in the studio at Sirius, who's the singer to Where You Are by John Summit. Oh. And I told her that. I was like, you made a song that 10 years from now people are gonna know, and like that is so cool. So that's what I hope to do. Yeah,
absolutely. I love that. It's so true, honestly. I feel like that song is gonna last.
Yeah. And she was like, I can't believe you're saying that. I was like, yeah, it is. Like, I don't know why you don't think that. So that's kind of the goal. Like, I hope to make something that people will every time they hear in a club, they're like, oh my God. Like, one song for me is always like funny enough, Satisfaction by Benny Benassi. Like, you hear that in a club and you're going crazy. You know what I mean? Like, that's what I would love to happen.
Nice. Yeah, that's awesome. Can we stream your music on Spotify right now?
Yeah, Spotify. If you look, sometimes it's hard because I don't know, Spotify doesn't like me or something, but I have a link in bios, like on my Instagram and TikTok and stuff, to my link tree, to my Spotify, to my SoundCloud too, even just like mixes. So yeah, if you want to check them out, definitely link in bio on my Instagram.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm really excited too.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us today, Erin. It was so much fun.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Yeah, of course. And I'm so excied to, now I know my next pregame playlist, honestly.
I'm checking out the mix. Yeah. And yeah, if you want to come to Party 101, let me know.
Awesome. Yeah. I'm gonna definitely try to go.
Yeah.
It's like so much fun.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you so much. And yeah, stay tuned for the rest of the season to hear from more creative people just like Erin.
Thank you for listening. Rowan is proud to be an official knowledge hub of the International Council for Small Business. Our AACSB award-winning entrepreneurship programs challenge students to solve real problems in bold and impactful ways. If you're interested in supporting entrepreneurship at Rowan or want to get more involved by hiring an intern, speaking to a class, or being featured as a case study, contact us at rcie@rowan.edu.